And we've explored way less of this floor, so let us proceed. It is honestly very interesting to me that they go for this, layered floors gimmick when the first queue never did this until... Also, there's just straight up a hole there now. Because while on the floor down, the pillars are either raised or they're flat, here they're either flat or a hole. Because we're on the upper altitude. But yeah, the first queue didn't do a gimmick like this until the final dungeon, and there it did it in a really crazy way. But yeah, like the fact that we're bouncing between two different floors and effectively exploring them at the same time? I wonder if any of the Etrian Odyssey dungeons do that. Oh yeah, here we go, we've just got a shortcut linking back to the start. Aha, new enemy! The trans twins are only weak to Psy. So if you don't have any Psy skills, you're kinda out of luck. Oh, there's a rainy pot here. It blended in with the flowers. It's funny to see Makoto go so late in the turn. It just shows how fast everyone else here is. She's one of the relatively faster party members, I think. Uh-oh. Yeah, that is always the problem when you're relying on... Oh, okay. Well, that agility bind came at exactly the right time. I was afraid Makoto was gonna miss. Again. And again. I tried to look up the SMT wiki to see if they have any indicator of, like, how this thing summoning other copies of itself works, and all they say is what it drops and what weapons that makes for people. But my suspicion is that perhaps as long as the twins are the last enemy left, they'll summon another one. So I'm gonna try and take them out both at the same time and see if that helps. Okay, they're both low enough that I should be able to take them both out this turn. There we go. Okay. I hope every additional one was worth more experience. Got a few levels there, but not like a whole ton. Okay, I don't have ailment arts though, but I do have bind arts at least. I kind of prefer just the one row poison, because usually there's only like one particular enemy in a fight you really want to be poisoned. That's sort of nice, but I think I just want your other stuff. Yeah, like Confusion Circle. Oh, Circle Skills have their own icon too. I don't think I need that. Sorry. Yeah, Miracle Punch is way more useful. I do love how in this game, like, Lucky Punch and Miracle Punch are, like, just a lot better than they typically are because you can use Agility Bind to ensure they always hit. So, yeah, opening this up. But there's a little more to this route than just that shortcut. We also have a dead end! That doesn't even give us a special screening. Wow, that's a complete ripoff. But at least it gave us more tiles. Yeah, the one well, there's probably a few downsides, but one of the downsides of these being basically groups of two, like these floors being groups of two, is that you're not going to be getting the floor completion chest for a little while. But once you do get the floor completion chest for one floor, you'll probably get it for the other floor soon after. This is kind of dumb. I am using Final Guard just to make sure that I can use the Vanish Ball and get out. Because otherwise, there's a pretty decent chance that I may game over here. And it all happened because I forgot that the Bane Sword wasn't weak to Nuke, it was actually weak to Bless. So, well, that was bad. But let's just pick ourselves up and do a retake of this song, and hopefully everybody now is more in tune. That wasn't really the best metaphor, but oh well. And the bear is back! Once again, yeah, it's patrolling a small square area. Let me just check the map I prepared earlier. Yeah, there is a chest over there that I probably should grab, but for now I want to map out all this along with the stage lifts. Yeah, generally speaking, you can only use a stage lift to descend a floor if it's right next to a switch. Junpei's definitely the better movie narrator. There was narration to the AI Artificial Intelligence movie that was, I think, done by Ben Kingsley. The character that he actually plays is a bit of a spoiler, though. I do like that trope where, like, a certain character turns out to be the narrator all along, and, yeah, that's always kind of cool. The narrator was, like, actually a character in the story. Oh, yeah, so even if you've never, like, always had Morgana in the party and never benched him, this will still be true because Morgana was stuck in the theater for the first section of Kamoshida Man before he unlocked himself in the party. Yukiko I could see as being a trailer narrator. You know, Yukiko, again, you are way more insightful than you realize sometimes. Oh, okay, good. If you said anything more, he'd probably have to kill you. Whether you answer that question with, he's the traitor or he's in love with Joker, either way, he'd kill you. The cat was lying. I guess everyone's trying to take my job at this point. I will do that in a moment, but we are quickly approaching a point where we're going to have to switch floors again, so... things have gone on sort of long. I may actually need to make this set of 2 floors a 3-parter, but since it's covering, you know, 2 floors at once, I suppose that makes sense. Just went back here to step on that tile, because we are actually blocked from going, like, back to that, I think I forgot to mark that stage lift. There we go. So, you might notice that thanks to the, thanks to moving some of the pillars, that bear has changed its route. We're getting some good experience in this place, and yay, it's that skill I don't need because Rise has a better version of it naturally, but I suppose I can... actually, just about everything here is pretty good. It's hard to tell. I mean, I'm not really using Orb of Haste very much, though. Okay, yeah, I probably do have to head back and sell my stuff. But first, let's pick up this treasure chest. But first, let's pick up this treasure chest. She has been tampering with the contents of these, hasn't she? Okay, so this thing has one step where it's going to transform again, and then it's going to run, so I can't be in front of it now. Transform and go. 1, 2, go. Oh, right, there's a... there used to be a stage lift. 1, 2, go. This also used to be a stage lift, and now I've unlocked a shortcut. Okay, that's the door. But let's just head up here to fill out some more spaces, and we have another event. I think I might know what this one is, actually. Finally, we might be getting the one that I was waiting for a long time, and then I realized I didn't need to wait for it. Meanwhile, the navigators back have all the food they want, and we're stuck in here with whatever we brought in. Why him particularly? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, okay, that's some kind of Sentai reference. Well, that would make sense, given Futaba. And of course, Ken understands what that is! Finally, Ken has revealed his secret of a Featherman, and now Futaba is going to kidnap him. Yeah, I just have this friend who likes that stuff. Yeah. It's not like I like Featherman or any Baka. Yeah, that would be insane. That's like somebody from the future being like, oh, by the way, have you seen, like, Pokemon Gen 20? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting if we ever get that far. Because we're still in, like, like, as of recording this, we're on Gen 9. I'm actually recording this during the 2025 World Championships, which is usually, like, the rule set they're using is generally the last rule set of a generation, so we've got no word on when Gen 10 is coming, though. No, which of the Rangers is usually a traitor? Because that would be Ken. Phoenix Ranger! Featherman! Unfortunately, we are no longer the Neo Dragon Men. That's a timeline that's been kind of erased. Learning from the bad guy. This is the screening that requires you to beat the Tyrannoqueen. So now I finally have both of the Junesic Land special FOE special screenings. I'll be taking on those, but not actually next time. I would rather finish off these floors next time. So let's see how far we've gone. Oh, wow, yeah, we are identical. Yeah, see, look at this. They line up. They are essentially the same floor, just from different perspectives. And we just opened up a shortcut, so that's as good enough time as any to head back to base, and on the last episode of Phoenix Ranger Featherman R, we discovered that Kaji was in fact a Sentai villain in disguise, and that Ken would be the traitor Power Ranger. Also, his obsession has been exposed, and now he's in severe danger of being kidnapped by Futaba to listen to her autism rants. You say that now, but you have not faced the full autism rant just yet. Futaba has not yet gone full autism, and when she does, it's gonna be awesome, because I'm autistic and autism is awesome. Anyway, this is gonna be meat-flavored popcorn, isn't it? I can tell. Dagda's Club! I'm sorry, horrendously bad Irish accent incoming. Hate to break it to you, kid, but you're dead. Work for me and I'll bring you back to life. Probably sounded more like a pirate. Yes, indeed, meaty popcorn. And we can also make a sword that gives all stats plus, but I would rather have magic on him. Meaty popcorn, that doesn't sound good. I don't know if anybody here has experienced the horror that is Domino's meat pie pizza. I saw that once, and I've seen things I cannot unsee. We're wild level 41 now, so is there anything new we can... Seiryu, okay then. And Kushimitama. Aren't you often Kusimitama? Is that a typo? Okay, this is the only recipe I have that uses dis. Maybe I can make you a mostly passive thing, so I can finally start using 2 navigators again. I'll have to buy back dis, though. Sleipnir, Vivian, and Orthrus into you. But I'll now need to buy back Vivian. Unfortunately, Dominion's going to be very expensive to sacrifice, but I do really want Confusion Circle. No Noblesse boost. And I guess we're getting rid of Regenerate 2 now. I already used you earlier. What's your level like? You are over-leveled. Yes, let's not bring you even though you're motivated, sorry. I am sorry, I had to temporarily pause in my recording because somebody in Discord just sent me this. Fire Emblem Heroes, why? It's like, why is it that all gacha games do that? Like, I think the Persona 5 gacha game also gets, like to tie it back to something that's actually, like, relevant here. I think the Persona 5 gacha game also gets kind of insane with those, and this is why there are two switches, by the way. So the first one, if the lift is down, you can raise it up, and then you can actually, like, go down on the lift. That sounds kind of bad, but you get what I mean. Wait, no, you're not, oh, seriously? I was saying last part that these fights weren't that bad, but, like, if you miss with a weakness skill, they can very quickly go downhill. But yeah, I don't know what it is about gacha games and, like, having your skills be overly complicated, because I feel like the best, like, turn-based RPGs are always ones where every skill is, like, fairly easy to understand. Even, like, Clair Obscure, which has a lot of really complicated abilities. All of them, like, do have a fairly simple description that tells you everything you need to know about how they work. And they're not, like, an entire, I don't get the, like, I really don't get the point of why some gacha games think that, oh no, the song is stuck in everyone's head. Yeah, it got stuck in my head too after I heard it, so it's probably stuck in your head now, you watching. Yeah, it always sucks when a bad song gets stuck in your head. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, I really don't get why gacha games think that, like, having incredibly overcomplicated, I guess they just have to, like, power creep so that people will pull for the new characters, but it's still, like, I don't get the appeal of it. Like, it's why I fell out of Fire Emblem Heroes. I basically stopped playing that after Book 5, and it seems to have gotten even crazier since then. Also, please Junpei Sing. I know Junpei Sing is probably horrible, but, like, it would be Junpei Sing, and everything Junpei does is perfection. One way or another. I feel like Yosuke, like, of everyone here, I can see Yosuke not being bad at singing. Yeah, that's the benefit of being friends with Rise. Yeah, I feel like Ryuji's, like, weirdly, Ryuji's for real has been, like, unflanderized in this game. He actually doesn't say it very often. I mean, Skull gets wrapped around everyone's finger, though, let's be clear. It's not hard to do that to Skull. Yeah, well, we can see a bit of a patchwork hill in the background. Oh, Psychonauts 2 also did, like, a patchwork world representing somebody's really fractured psyche. That was cool. Yeah, one of these days I want to stream Psychonauts. Both games. They're the closest thing to Persona as a platformer. Ooh! Finally, we're seeing a Lexi that is not a gold Lexi. Just a normal Lexi. The protective Lexi, as you'd expect, can protect its allies, and it is weak to fire. We also have these stupid twins back, though. Okay, just decided to attack that time. Let's use the Confusion Circle for the first time. Now, given this is Yusuke, who has some of the worst luck in the game, it's not going to be very effective. But basically, that sets up a circle, and every turn, that will go off and give a chance of confusion to every enemy on the field. It's a pretty nice effect sometimes, although sometimes Pulimpa's just enough to get all of your confusion needs in. That'll at least take out the sword before it can Matarakaja anybody. Both of these things need to die, need to die, need to die. Both of these things need to die, so more won't spawn. Hopefully they will both die. I will stop because my singing is really bad. Well, I mean, at least the twins died. So we're not gonna need to worry about things spawning, but yep, it's gone. Okay, good. No all-out attack bonus, though. Where'd he get a persona? Dominion again. The reason why I don't like Dominion showing up is because I've already sacrificed him, so he cost me, I believe, 35,000 yen to sacrifice again. And that's a lot of money. Oh, no, don't worry, I'm gonna heal you in a moment. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to heal you again. But yeah, we're blocked by a stage lift there. But we are not blocked by a treasure spot here. Yeah, let's go for a thorough search this time. Just 3 small notes. I mean, I get, those are considered rare materials. But they don't sound like they should be a rare material. Nice! There's a giant thing blocking our way. Yeah, the problem with floor completion here is you have to go back and step on all of the tiles that had, those things blocking them once more. Junpei is perfection. Again, Junpei should sing. And something new, Amorous Snake is weak to ice. There's quite a few ice weak things in this area. Yeah, that one shot was, fine, but, has Ryuji gone? No, Ryuji hasn't gone yet. But both of my ice users have. Wow, that hit hard. Maybe I was wrong to underestimate these enemies, although this is like the late, like, effectively, like, this is like late, Oh, and he missed anyway. Although that's not necessarily a bad thing, given that I need to revive Yusuke, and I need to take out that twin before it starts spawning more twins. Ah, yes, the old poisonous snake trick. I see you've learned from King's... That was not intended to be King's Quest V reference, but, yeah. Oftentimes, I remember back in Persona 4, there was a snake enemy. I think it actually was the Amorous Snake in Risei's dungeon that would use stagnant air and then just spam poison. Okay, that's the second tier of, like, attack items. This has the animation of Bufu dying. Okay, good, we got the finisher. Hopefully that makes somebody level up, so I can... I probably should have used the growth incense on Yusuke thinking about it, because Yusuke kind of needs all the help he can get because he's bad. Anyway, Marakukaja, not terrible, but also... I guess now that I've gotten rid of the ailment thing, though, I can get rid of the lullaby song. Because, yeah, I mostly just wanted you for Salome's Kiss. And we're already 82% of this floor. Yeah, the floor goes by pretty quickly. And, speaking of quickly, yeah, that's all there is to the rest of this floor. That last area of Act 2, though, is gonna be just a mini-boss. I guess you can mark the stage lifts in different colors if you want, but I don't really see much point in doing that. So really, there's just one tiny little area of this floor that, the stage lifts have been lifted. Just like the mist has been misted. That's a Royal Mithril reference. That's new, and I haven't really seen a book that bright and colorful. Maniacal Book is, weak to electricity. One of the few things here that, and actually it's the only thing here that is. But I mean, Ryuji's here. Did Ryuji just... I think Ryuji just outsped Panther. I mean, neither of them are particularly fast, but I believe Ryuji is the second slowest party member in the game. So, him outspeeding Arn is really embarrassing for Arn. I just realized Ryuji and Junpei here, I mean, we're gonna get a little bit more of that relationship in a special screening later. But I feel like Ryuji, like, I can see Junpei acting as like a mentor to Ryuji. Because, like, as much as people joke about it, I think Junpei is the more mature one in that dynamic. But yeah, now the stage lifts are changed, we now have another little hub room with a switch ahead. Back to floor 1 we go, for almost the last time. Yeah, these floor maps end up looking kind of funny from just all of the doubled up switches, but there is a reason why these are here, like I said. And Mr. Bear is Mr. Back.
Oh, nice.
That was an interesting localization of that. In Japanese, he just said nice. Okay, so you dash across there. Oh, that confused the entire front row. That is... do I have any more? I have 3 Vanish Balls. Hate to waste the experience, but I'm gonna have to. Thankfully, Hikari is here for those sweet full revives. I'm just gonna play Ring Around the Bear here just to get some more exploration progress. And once again, it is a dead end, but this dead end actually has a purpose because there's a switch here. Just checking to see if there's a point to this, and I'm pretty sure there is, but I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this twice just to get all of the steps, because I haven't stepped on... I didn't step on the one that was already open before. Okay, yeah, the bear is now, well, there. I was about to make a reference to Play School, but nobody who's not Australian would get that. The theme song for that goes, there's a bear in there and a chair as well. But there's no chair here. Well, thankfully somebody here was faster than that thing, and it was not Yusuke, because, once more, Yusuke kinda sucks. So let's go all the way back here, hit the switch again, just so I can step on the other tile. And now the bear is up here. Fuka, you are not doing a good job of... You have a passive that reduces the chance of ambushes, and yet I've been ambushed more with you as navigator than I've been without that skill. Okay, and that is pretty much the end of these floors, practically. So I definitely recommend going through here first, because this is the map chest. And it's not going to show very much left. And also a shortcut back here, because as we go down those stairs, we are going to be going into a mini-boss fight. And for that mini-boss, I'd recommend Wind. I believe Yosuke still has Wind Strike Link, so I might swap him into the party. Oh, I guess was motivated, but I am still going to go for Yosuke. Proceeding onwards to just a square area with nothing in it except some stairs downward. Yeah, I should go back for the chest. So this first in the 2 for the price of 1. I was hoping... I had a feeling we'd get that soon. I had a feeling. I didn't note down the exact, like, contents of every map chest, just because, like, I wanted to be surprised by them, but I had a feeling we were getting that soon. So yeah, this, I Yeah, here we go, start. I can chuck this away. We never need to buy Go-Ho M's ever again. In fact, let's actually press Y to lock both of these so I can never get rid of them. Yeah. Never need to buy them. Your party members nag you about Go-Ho M's? You will never need to hear those nagging voices ever anymore. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. And now I'm just wondering what could possibly be in the map chest for this floor that'd top that. Probably nothing. But first... we're actually close to Hikari now. Yeah, there's not much places to look around, it's just one square room and the stairs to the next floor.
待て、何か聞こえないか。
確かに機械音のようですね。
お前ら上を見ろ。
んだよありゃ。
これは舞台ステージのようだな。
どこかの学校か。
ウサギが病気になった問題についてこれから学級会を始めます。
And now we are finally about to learn the truth of why Kamoshida Man looked like a rabbit.
飼育係は立ちなさい。あなたたちにはウサギの面倒をちゃんと見る責任があったはず。なのにどうしてこんなことになってしまったの？
Of those two other kids, one of them is overweight and the other has pigtails. It is heavily implied the two FOEs in Kamoshida Man are based on them.
あなたたちがちゃんとしていればウサギは病気になりませんでした。こんな結果になって先生とっても悲しいです。
先生、ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
ひかりちゃん、どうして黙っているの？あなたも飼育係でしょ？
先生がくれた餌の野菜にウサギには悪いものが入ってて、だから私二人にもちゃんと言った。この野菜あげちゃダメだよって。
言い訳は聞きたくありません。みんなちゃんと謝っているのにどうしてあなたはできないの？
私本当のこと。
いいからまずは謝りなさい。先生の言うことも聞かないでクラスの輪を乱す。まったくどうしてあなたはそうなの？
光は悪い子。
光は悪い子。
言うことを聞かない。
悪い子。私間違ったことしてない。
クラスの輪を乱しちゃ
ダメ。
いつも言ってるでしょ。みんな先生の言うことを聞いていればいいの。
どうして先生は正しい人の味方じゃないの？
悪い子がいると
ウサギが死んでしまう。
光のせいで
死んでしまう。違うもん。謝れ。そんなのおかしい。先生の言うことが絶対。先生、話を聞いて。
謝りなさい。
ごめんなさい。
大変よくできました。
これってもしかして光の過去の実体験？
ああ、学級会と言ってたから小学生の頃じゃないかな。
何が正しくて何が間違ってるか
ルールが明確化されていないことは物事の判断をつけるのが難しいと思います。
Yeah, when kids are that young, they would just default to whatever adults say is right, but this shows that that's not always true, and it is something that children need to be encouraged to learn.
ですが、さっきの状況は独裁政治と同じですね。
Okay, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. That's going a little bit, but like, we're kind of seeing what this is getting at, though.
つか、先生の言うことが絶対だ。そんなわけねえだろ。
Yeah, it's almost like we Phantom Thieves have heard something similar before, and we've dealt with a similar teacher like that.
なの、力があるやつの勝手な判断を押し付けてるだけじゃねえか。
And we might have run into a similar situation like that too in the second labyrinth.
先生は弱い子の味方なんかじゃない。ヒーローなんていない。
昔の光さん。
絶対に言うことを聞かせる力。その力で先生は私を押さえつけた。
I don't know if this is intentional, but like the way that she's positioned near like the strings that all the props are on, it makes it look like she's a puppet, which is fitting.
そう。先生はヒーローなんかじゃなかった。
Oh, hi, current age Hikari. Nice to see you there.
あれれ、こっちにも光ちゃん？本物？
そっちは本物だ。間違いない。
So this is something very interesting about this dungeon. We actually meet the real Hikari pretty quickly into it.
光、無事だったクマね。すぐに今クマが助けるクマよ。
ちょっと待って。二人の様子が。
どうして先生に反論したの？怒られるって分かってたのに。だって映画で見たヒーローは強くて正義の味方で弱い人を助けてくれる人だった。でも私謝ったの。私が悪いって先生が決めたから。私が言いたかった言葉はごめんなさいじゃなかった。本当は私が先生に言いたかったことは。
光さん、またあなたは先生の言うことを聞かないの？
先生は私の話を聞いてくれなかった。分かろうってしてくれなかった。先生だって間違ってる。
先生に口答えは。
許しません。
光ちゃん、危ない。
助けるぞ。
And so, mini-boss time!
今はこのシャドウを倒すのが先だね。サポートは任せてね。
よし、いおり順平、本気で行くぜ。
So the primitive idol primarily uses electric attacks, and that's why I have brought Kanji to this to draw them away from Yosuke. It's very resistant to most things. Actually, it has 5% vulnerability to instant death, which implies that you might actually be able to insta-kill it, but that's kind of rare. It is very weak to poison, though. And it's half susceptibility to all binds, okay. And it is weak to wind. So I was going for a Wind Link build, which is going to be a little disrupted by the fact that my linker is actually Yosuke, so I'm not going to be able to do the whole kunai backup thing. Perhaps I can go for the called home run, though. Machismo wall, and then Magarula.
任せて。
I can try for Salome's Kiss, but it's probably not going to work. So let's start with this. And yeah, can't be knocked down, so no cut in. Set up the wall. Someone set up us the wall. Oh, okay, he can use Bless skills too. So maybe having Kanji Machismo wall here is not the greatest idea, unless Yukari can, like, heal him frequently. But yeah, Bolt Dance is the reason why I wanted to have Kanji start doing the, you know, the Machismo wall. And that is buffed by Wind Boost, which is nice. Okay, bring out the big guns, and by that we mean, all of the Kohai. Well, I guess, yeah, Femc is a pretty strong character, so it makes sense that she's one of our big guns. Okay, we did a pretty solid amount of damage that turn, but Kanji is down. I'd rather use Hikari's boost to Salome's Kiss, so I'm going to Yomi return him instead of going for, oh, Junpei has Garou. Okay, he can boost himself like that, but yeah, instead of going for the Rakam with my boost. So let's get the Kunjster back. I'm never calling him that again. Wind Strike Link, let's go, and let's hope at least one of these sticks. All three of them! Wow! That is crazy! Though granted, maybe not so crazy, because as I described at the very beginning of this playthrough, Bind Arts adds to the odds of Bind after all resistances are applied. So, Salome's Kiss, I believe, is already like a 60% chance of every bind, which, so it gets halved to 30% of each one, but then, like, an extra, I think, like, 15% is added onto it. So, yeah, like, it's still only down to, like, 45% if that's true. So already you're down to half. Yeah, don't underestimate this thing. As we've seen, it does hit pretty hard, but, yeah, I guess I can afford to, yeah, go for an attack with Kanji rather than a shielding skill, because, holy crap, that Salome's Kiss on Hikari was incredible. Maybe because she's been practicing her kissing with Makoto Yuki. I like how the sunflowers are just there, like, watching this fight. Also kind of interesting the way this thing is called Primitive Idol. It kind of implies that, like, you know, like the teacher, like, Hikari believing the teacher was, like, an authority that was absolutely right and was, like, kind of like the heroes that she saw in, like, movies. It's kind of like yeah, like, the teacher was kind of like a primitive object of worship to Hikari. You know, makes sense given that, you know, it was in Hikari's childhood and, you know, all the other stuff that I just said. And, okay, you're pretty much just totally dead at this point. There's no real chance of anything going wrong here. Okay, it did lose its magic bind, so maybe there's some chance of something going wrong here. But we're all boosted, so you're going down very, very quickly. And in a way, this is kind of our second fight with a certain somebody, but, why is Naoto commenting? Well, I mean, I guess she was there in the cutscene.